Welcome to the Informed and Oblivious podcast, episode 25. I'm old and broken Phil, and this is Shutdown Raymond. I'm old and broken because my back hurts today, and I will be complaining about it several times throughout this podcast. Hey, yeah.
Old man.
Yeah. Well, that's what 10 days of work and straight will do to you, as you know.
Well, 10 days of actual labor too.
Yes, yeah. And that walk that we had from the hotel to the convention center was legitimately like a mile and a half, 2 miles each way. So that was 4 miles
Jeez.
walking each day. Sometimes more because we'd walk back and forth a couple times.
That's fucked.
Yeah. So I got a reason for my back to hurt a little bit. I'm getting old. I'm on the other side of 35 now.
Yeah. How was your birthday in Vegas?
It was fine. It was expensive. Vegas is expensive. It's a touristy trap shithole. But we'll talk about that later. but the main topic for today, as your name surmises, we are in a government shutdown. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Yeah, would you be surprised that I actually knew that?
Why did you run into problems at the airport?
No.
Okay.
They were talking about it at work last week about the possibility of it happening.
Yes.
So.
Oh, do they care about it? You guys don't have any government employees there, right?
No, they were just talking about it.
Okay, this one's gonna be fun.
Because I got a couple of guys who are not originally from the state, so they're like, "What is a government shutdown? What happens?"
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that one because I don't know if they knew how that works, what it works. It's the fun time of year. Government shutdown time happens at least once a year. Sometimes twice a year. Depends how squirrely the government's feeling and how pissed off they want to make people.
And I didn't know the real answer, so what I told them was essentially they're trying to make a decision. If they can't make a decision, the whole government goes on strike.
Kind of. Well,
it's the best I had at the time.
well, we'll get into it. But before we do, as always, folks, if you like what we do, subscribe, follow, leave a comment, share with your friends, and you can find us on YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, and sometimes TikTok. We need to start making some shorts again.
Yeah.
Gotta get them short contents up.
We will.
Yeah. Clip my shorts in the beginning. Salute my shorts, clip my shorts, make some shorts.
Eat your shorts.
Clip shorts from this, I don't care. Clip it up. Clip it up, Sally. Make it happen. But yeah, so we have entered what we like to call in the voting phase the October surprise. Because that's right, election is next month too.
Which election?
Just like local elections, a few Senate races, I think a few House races. It's not the midterm, so nobody really cares. But it is still, and the New Jersey governor election happens this year.
Okay.
But this is probably what I would call the October surprise. And right now, Democrats are very, very unpopular for a whole host of reasons, least of which the last one being the fucking assassination of Charlie Kirk. So to distract from that fact going on and the fact that they're very unpopular and losing in the polls, they have decided to filibuster to shut the government down. So here's the thing where they keep talking about they're blaming Republicans for the shutdown, which isn't really true because all of the Republicans are like, yeah, we'll continue the budget through November and we'll talk about this again then, which is something that's like very standard practice. It happened a lot under Biden. They just say, hey, pass this. We can continue to fund the government through the rest of the year and then we'll vote on the stuff when it comes back up again. Okay, no problem. People keep their paychecks. People keep working. This time around, they filibustered because the Democrats want to add some things that were taking out in the budget. So remember the big, beautiful bill that decided the budget for the year? They're like, we want some Medicare and Medicaid protections back in, which may or may not give coverage for illegal immigrants. They swear it won't, quote unquote, but there's a lot of fraud and abuse that have been uncovered that kind of like leads towards they will. So basically, they don't have the majority right now to do any of this, so they called a filibuster, which requires a supermajority in order to close it. So you need 60 votes in order to close it, and until it's closed, you can't vote on the resolution on the floor. Now, the resolution on the floor just requires a simple majority, which Republicans do have, and would pass the 52 because they don't want to shut the fucking government down. because it's not a good look. And so here's the thing that you didn't know to tell your friends at work. The way that it works is effective immediate of the government shutdown, 40% of the government workforce was sent home on unpaid leave. So immediately not paid. All of them.
Ouch.
Yeah. Now, they don't get back paid because they're not critical workers. So they are just now on day 6 of not getting paid at all. So I don't know how it works with their vacation time. Maybe they can take vacation time to make up for that like unpaid leave. Like i.e. like, oh, you got 20 days stored up, so use them right now so that like you're getting paid when the government gets funded, you'll get back paid potentially. The critical workers are being forced to work right now without being paid, but then will be back paid plus.
Jeez.
When the government, well, there's no money.
Yeah.
The money's been frozen. You know who still continues to get paid though? Congress. Yeah, those fucking assholes. I think until they vote on like passing the budget for the government, all of their assets should be frozen. All of them. Private assets as well. Like, you don't get a fucking dime until you make this happen one way or another. Watch how quickly they wouldn't play these fucking
If you're
games.
going to shut everyone else down, how do you still get a paycheck? That's fucked.
Yeah, well, and the worst part is, like, a lot of, like, the people, like, working for the government, obviously, are working paycheck to paycheck, like the rest of us here in America. So now the 40% of the government workforce is now going on 1 week of no pay. Yeah, which is really going to fuck them through the rest of the year, especially when we're coming into the holidays. And now, whoever you're paying attention to for this will determine probably what you vote in November to be like, these guys fucked me, these guys didn't. And even when it gets resolved, who knows? But the thing that might offset this a little bit, and maybe he announced it with the timing of the shutdown because he knew it would be bad, Trump is talking about cutting this month 40. I think it's double check me on this one. I think he called it the golden age of America stimulus checks. I think he's talking about cutting $4,700 stimulus checks this month
To
everybody. Well, under a certain income range, as yeah.
Golden age stimulus check, most commonly.
No.
Okay.
2025. Put 2025. Not California. Fuck California.
I don't know why that was the first.
Yeah, there you go. Not Golden State.
Yeah. Sure, you got your term right here.
Yeah, I think he was calling it for the golden age of America, but just search stimulus check 2025 or Trump stimulus check 2025.
Do.
It's up towards the top. There was an article on it. About to before stimulus check in October, what to know? Sure. Yeah, I don't care about the anchor. Why is Austin talking about New Jersey stimulus check?
Will there be a fourth stimulus check coming? There's been no indication. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro.
Dude, let me look it up on my own side here because Trump has been talking about a stimulus check. Trump.
Do. There have been rumors and unsupported speculation spreading on social media and some websites about a new stimulus check in varying amounts, $1,300, $1,700, $2K, coming to Americans this year, according to reports which are false. But no official confirmation from Congress or Internal Revenue Service to support these claims, and any such news should be taken with caution as it could be misinformation or attempted fraud.
No, he was talking about it again recently of like a tariff rebate check. But
here's what's know about eligibility and status updates or new unclaimed stimulus checks in 25 and Trump tariff relief rebate.
Maybe it's something he said back in July, but it's been floating around again recently. This is why we look stuff up, folks.
Yeah, looks like you got sucked into some bullshit, sir.
Well, I guess they were talking about the Doge dividend for 5,000. Maybe that's something he talked about again recently.
Yep, all right. I would ignore all that information until something official comes out.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, that one was floated back in May. Well, whatever. So, I don't know. Rumors are swirling about that, probably because they think it would probably be a great move to offset the government shutdown, which I agree. And it would be great to boost everything right before Thanksgiving and Christmas because I have a feeling retail sales are going to be tremendously down this year. If everything else is indicators, because tourism's down, so they're rocking prices on things. And then like spending in general is down mostly because of the Fed keeping the rate hike where it is. Fucking assholes. By all accounts, we should have been down 2 percentage points by the end of this year.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We got cut down. I think a quarter was the one that they did in September. So the rate at which we get lent our money.
What?
What do you mean? What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so the Federal Reserve lends us the money that like banks use, and they lend it out at a certain interest rate. And I think right now it's 4.25%. So when inflation happens, like when inflation happened under Joe Biden, they raised the interest rate to slow down the market to try to curb inflation. Because if you keep giving free money and inflation keeps going up, you'll collapse the economy. But the other side of the coin is also true. If you raise the rate and inflation stays down, but then new growth is stagnant, you can crash the economy as well. Now, the tariff thing has caused the Fed to not lower that interest rate when, by all accounts, and the moving needle for inflation should have showed that they should have lowered the interest rate several times already this year, which would have stirred up the economic growth and made people feel a lot better. But as it is right now, we've slowed the economy going into the spending part of the season, and watch how bad the Black Friday and fucking Christmas season numbers are.
How does that change anything?
Because if people don't, the rich people don't want to borrow money if it costs them a lot. So the ideal scenario for like banks and businesses is the Fed lends the money out at 0% interest, meaning if I get $1 million from you, I pay back $1 million. Because then those assholes lend it out to us at like a fucking 3% interest rate. So now they're getting the 3% on the money that they lend out off that million. Right now, because the interest rate is so high, the banks are getting it at like 4.5%, and then any bank that lends it out is lending it out at 6%, and then by the time it gets to consumers, they're getting it lent out at 8%. So right now, for you to get a loan for anything, as you know, with like the car loan and stuff, it's 8% interest rate for your average consumer. So all that net slows stuff down because companies aren't getting money to expand their business, because right now, why would you borrow when it's at such a heavy cost? And people aren't doing things like improving their homes, spending on contractors, spending on boats, stuff like that, because again, why would you get that at an 8% interest rate? We already saw it with the housing market. People aren't getting homes right now because the mortgage rate is so high. And even if they can barely afford it. The people buying homes right now are like BlackRock that are hedging assets for an economic collapse. Because people are like, well, why are they doing that? Because when the economy collapses, homes are still a valuable asset to have. Property's king when the economy collapses. So besides people getting frustrated that BlackRock was buying out all these things and renting it, it's a very dangerous sign of their outlook of the economy.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, we're going to buy property. Property holds value no matter what. And that's pretty well true. because even if the economy like fully collapses, you would at worst see housing prices go back to their like 2012 rates at worst, which is like nothing compared to like watching stocks dip by like 80-90% if you had a full economic collapse.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So but yeah, so right now the government's shut down. Those critical employees are forced to work, and the longer it goes, the more some of them will just go, fuck this, I'm not doing it anymore. And the thing that ended it the last time, I think, was the air traffic controllers went on strike, and they were like, you pay us or we're not doing this anymore.
That's right.
And then they were like, okay, I guess we'll fix this now. But here's the thing, Trump has already hinted at he doesn't give a fuck. He's hinted at like, we'll let you not fly, we don't care. Like, we're tired of being strong armed by the majority when we have basically a party mandate right now, which they have the presidency, the House, and the Senate. So letting them strong arm over coverage that was already like settled in the past bill. Like the thing that they're trying to add on to was agreed upon in the previous budget, and now they're trying to add things to the budget, which is not the time of year for that. They're like, we're not going to pass this unless you agree to add these things. And it's like, what do you mean? This is not the budget meeting. This is just where we say, okay, continue to take out the loan to fund the government through the rest of the year. They're like, no. We want these things. And they're like, fuck you, pound sand. We have the majority. And they're like, we don't give a shit. Fuck you. So we'll see how it like shakes out. I think either way, it's going to be bad for Republicans for the November election because of this, because they either hold their ground and then fucking force this all the way through, and this shutdown could last through to November, which would be fucking disastrous, or they fucking bend over backwards and then just let the Democrats know going forward you're going to get whatever the fuck you want, and that's going to piss off their voter base too, to be like, yeah, fuck you, I'm not voting for you because you cowards keep giving up at every turn.
Kind of lose-lose.
Yeah, but I don't think it's lose-lose right now because it's not the midterms. They should 110% hold the line and not cave to this. Say, we don't care, we're not bending to your whims and wills anymore, and we'll keep the government shut down through the rest of the year if we have to, which I would love. That'd be crazy. I'd love to see it.
Feel bad for the 40%, though. Not their fucking fault.
They'd find jobs in the private sector, but it would never go that long. Like eventually the Democrats' like popularity would drop so low that they would just be like, okay, we can't continue to do this. And then they'd spin it as the heroes that reopen the government. Which, whatever, fine. If you pay attention, you'd know exactly what was going on. They caused the problem, they solved the problem, and then they praise themselves for the problem solving, which is typical for government. That's kind of what government does. Make a problem, solve the problem, congratulate yourself for solving problem. That problem was made by government. So
they're Taylor Swift. Hey, I'm the problem. It's me.
Oof. Yeah. Have you been hearing that like people are like not happy with the new Taylor Swift album too? That one's pretty funny.
No, why?
Apparently, I guess
I knew that there is a new Taylor Swift album, but that's all.
Yeah, apparently one song is just about like Travis Kelce's schlong.
Huh.
Yeah, like talking about the great redwood that like parted her thighs, and it's like, I'm not even kidding. Look it up. Look at dude. Yeah, like look it up. It's like people are like this new album is so bad that people are like, has Taylor Swift had like a ghostwriter this whole time? Yeah. Look, redwood lyrics. There you go.
New song Wood is her raunchiest yet.
Dude, it's so
redwood
bad.
Redwood tree ain't hard to see.
Yeah, look at the Wood lyrics.
Where is that? Where is it?
Yeah. Redwood tree, and it ain't hard to see. Love was the key that opened my thighs. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's like bad like Taylor Swift fan fiction, dude.
To catch the bouquet, to know a hard rock is on the way. Fucking Sabrina Carpenter's doing too well. She's like, all right, I can do it too. Fine.
Yeah, except you kind of expect it from Sabrina Carpenter. It's like, okay, so what we now know is Taylor Swift needs bad breakups to write good music.
I did hear that she mentioned the New Heights podcast in it. There you go. New Heights.
Of manhood. Dude, I ain't gotta knock on wood. Like, dude, you're like, what the fuck? She's trying to just say he's like hung like a horse, like, but like the fact that you gotta sing about your man being hung like a horse makes me feel like he's not hung like a horse. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, because if that was the case, like, this would have come up before this song, like, album. But like, Jesus Christ,
he's like, babe, can you write a song about me?
dude, all the Taylor Swift fans are like, I can't believe it. Like, they're all like, this is the worst album she's ever made. And I guess when she's lovesick in the, like, affirmative, it leads to bad lyrics for her. And there's actually, I was watching a TikToker about that the other day. She does these, like, things where every once in a while she, like, goes on, like, studies and whatnot. And they did come up with a study like that. When women are lovesick or in crushes, they actually become less creative, and the opposite is not true for men. And they did a study on it, so I think this kind of proves that one. She's like, fuck it, what do I care? They'll buy my album.
Yeah, she's a billionaire. What the fuck does she care anymore?
Yeah, but it's so bad. Like, it's horrifically bad.
She's got more money than she'll ever be able to fucking spend. What?
Babe, do you think if I say your dick is like a redwood, it's too on the nose? Nah, babe, sounds good.
Nah, can you work the word cock in there 6 times?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, at least Sabrina Carpenter's things is like somewhat like subtle with it. And again, it's kind of her whole shtick, you know? Although I am kind of grossed out by the Me Espresso dance. It grosses me out every time. I'm not a fan of grabbing your crotch and going Me Espresso. I'm like, ugh. No. Like, the first time I noticed, I was like, no, that had to be like a flub. And then like, nope, that's the dance. Every time, that Me Espresso. Ugh.
Yeah, man.
I don't like that, man.
Don't bother me any.
It bothers me a lot. It's not hot to me.
What were we talking about for Taylor Swift?
The government shutdown, yeah. So again, right now, TSA, the real rough one. The flight controllers, like those guys, the air traffic controllers not getting paid, I'm less worried about, because those guys have a job where if they don't do it, people will die. So they'll stay doing that for a while, and they get a pretty sweet back pay. I think it's like I think they get time and a half for like every like hour like back paid. Like, because it's like time plus interest. So like, so they're going to get a pretty hefty check. And for the most part, although I'm sure still a bunch of them are living paycheck to paycheck too, air traffic controllers tend to be on the higher end scale of government pay. So they'll probably be all right. The thing that, excuse me, folks, didn't mean to burp in your face. The thing that might not be okay there is the TSA is also on that list of critical but not getting paid.
They were all there when I was fine.
Yeah, how happy did they seem to you?
They seemed fine, actually.
Okay, it's only been a week so far.
The government shut, like, it wasn't even a thought when I was going through, because they were.
But some airports
downright cheerful.
Some airports are running on, well, because the ones that are there know they're going to get back paid the same as well. But a lot of airports are working on a minimal TSA staff, like the minimal amount required to be open. It definitely
was, like, you know, there were less lanes going and stuff. I think, like, at the times we were flying, it wasn't so bad, but I imagine, like, you know, weekend prime time would probably not be fun trying to get through security right now.
Yeah, and that's going to get worse as the government shutdown things happen. Certain national parks will be shut down eventually. I think for right now, national parks are considered a critical service. Eventually, those will get shut down as well. The military is obviously there in a critical service. And while the military is not getting paid, for the most part, the military is already housed by the government, and that's not going away. So, like, yeah, some of their chargers might get repoed right now, but we'll see. You know, because they don't have the housing and meal costs, so they're
the guys living
kind
on
of
base.
okay. Yeah, and above all else, you know, you want to fund your fucking military. The last thing you want to do is not pay your military, as every nation throughout history has learned. you have to pay the people that fight, or they will fight you. That's how that one goes, folks. Pay your army.
They're still gonna fight.
Yeah, just a different enemy. Clearly, the ICE people are still getting paid too because they're out in full drove still. So like, those federal like law enforcement is gonna be fine. It's all the comptrollers right now, all the fucking people doing the paperwork. So good luck getting anything done through government right now.
Yeah.
So all those visa requests and shit like that are getting backburnered right now as well.
When I was at the airport, I saw a cop with a canine unit, and I saw the collar on it said ICE dog, and I was like, or ICE canine, and I was like, really? And I'm like, you know what? It probably said police, and I just couldn't see the other half of it, but it might have. Yeah.
No, it might be ICE because it's Immigration Customs Enforcement, right?
Yeah.
That's what ICE stands for.
Yep.
Yeah, so customs is the airport as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Border Patrol is only the border and dealing with immigration. But ICE deals with customs as well. So all the narcotics coming over they deal with the human trafficking as well. So that's like, people don't realize like the ICE raids at some of these times and why people have been getting arrested for interference. They're not just going after illegal immigrants. They break up drug rings and they break up human trafficking like rings. And some of the things that people have interfered with have been that. Like I think the horrific one was they were like breaking up like a sex trafficking ring and protesters were like trying to stop them. It's like, you fucking idiots. They're not always just going to like take your gardener and take them home. Like it's not all of their enforcement and what they do. And that's the reason too, like why they're masked up a lot of the time is because when they go and deport people, the cartel doesn't give a fuck. But when ICE agents go and they break up some of their like criminal organizations, then they start to get a little pissed, especially if they recognize the guy who did it. Because to do those things, it's not just like, oh yeah, we got an anonymous report. Those are the ones where they're actually going undercover to discover these things. So, like, if they go in there unmasked and a cartel guy goes, I know that fucking guy, that's when they get the $1 million bounties, which right now they're talking about ICE and law enforcement agents have like $10,000 bounties on their head right now.
Really?
Yeah, that's more probably like an Antifa move because a cartel isn't going to put a $10,000 hit on. They're not going to bother with it, yeah. Yeah, because it costs them, but not only that, it costs them so much money. Because if you start putting out hits on law enforcement, it starts to really like fuck with your business. And despite what people think, the people at the head of the cartel are smart people. You don't get to run a multi-billion-dollar drug agency by being a fucking idiot.
Yep.
And like they know the cost benefit to that. So like, yeah, they're not going to go after every officer, but if the officer sits there and shuts down a multi-million-dollar wing of their operation, well, then they might put a hit to like set an example. You know what I mean? Because they don't want that shit to happen in the future and they want to scare. But like, fucking the cartel doesn't even really move like that against like police in Mexico. They buy them off for the most part, and every once in a while. But like, it's more like they get in their way of their operations. So $10,000 hits seems like it's like Antifa or like small low level people being like, let's cause trouble by putting a $10,000 bounty to try to like get these people hurt. Because there's another thing too. Nobody's fucking taking $10K to go after a federal law enforcement agent. Like, are you fucking stupid?
Who's gonna do that?
That's that's
some crackhead shit.
Yeah. I want you guys to understand, like, fucking like a normal murder against a police officer will not end up well for you. Against a federal law enforcement agent, that is life in federal prison. And not the nice federal prison, like the hardcore, you're going to get fucked up federal prison. And like, yeah, you might have that rap sheet for a day that like, oh yeah, you killed a federal agent, right until they find out you're like the soy boy that went and did it. And they're like, oh, that's cool, kid. But now you're getting fucked up by the rest of us lifers in here who don't give a shit. So don't go LARPing that shit, folks. $10,000 is not worth your life.
Nah. For any hit, really. Like I would imagine if it's not enough for you to get out of country and start a new life somewhere else, it's not enough. That's
why I always laugh by those people that like pay like somebody like $25K to like kill their spouse. It's like, I didn't think I was going to get caught. You didn't? Who fucking you paying? Who's taking $25K for that? Like, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, nobody who's gonna do it right.
Yeah. Fucking dude, like, yeah, millionaires, well, not even millionaires, billionaires can get away with that shit for sure. Because they could be like, yeah, I'll pay you $5 million. $5 million is enough for you to get out of country, keep your fucking mouth shut, and nobody will know.
Yep.
Like, and $5 million is just pocket change to them. You can move $5 million into a fucking account and like call it a loss, and nobody will fucking know. But $25K, I'm sorry, you dumped out your life savings and then your husband shows up dead? How did you think you were not going to get caught?
Yeah. Shit like that makes me laugh in like movies and TV and stuff too.
Yeah.
You know, they'll hire a crew to do it and like the whole score is like $300,000 and there's like 5 guys. I'm like, that's not enough money for the situation.
No.
That is not enough money for all of these guys to risk what they're risking.
Like, you could give $5,000 to a crackhead to probably like kill your spouse, but then you got to be at the right time, right place, right time. Where one, you have a motivated enough crackhead to do that that won't just kill you on the spot, and two, like it's got to be like untied to you enough that they just seem like a fucking schizo, and they would have just like went full schizo and killed a person at random because like you think a crackhead won't dime you out immediately? Like, come on.
Yeah.
It just like cracks me up. It's like, dude, it's like fucking some contractors don't even walk out their door for $10K. I'm talking like a contractor on your house, not like, you know what I mean? Like, so
yeah, people doing the legal shit.
Yeah. Like fucking like contractors will turn down that level of money to do work on your house. Like fucking like you think that's enough to like off somebody? That's crazy. It's crazy talk. And for legal purposes, do not do any of this shit. I think we said that enough. Like, we're making fun of their stupidity, but I gotta say it for legal reasons. Please do not do some crackhead shit. Okay, this isn't an izakaya. You're not gonna complete a quest and level up. You level your ass straight to jail, unless you're leveling up as 3 hots and a cot and some backdoor entry.
Whoa.
Wow, let's be honest here, man. Especially if you're killing the wife. Doesn't go well for you in prison. Believe it or not, prisoners have a code of honor, which is hilarious to me. But criminals have a pecking order too, just like everybody else.
Yeah, I saw that. What was the Rob Schneider movie?
Oh yeah, I still want to know what he put on his butthole. What did he tattoo, dude? What did he tattoo so that when he bent over, the guy was like, "Oh my god."
We'll never know.
I want to know, and I want to get it tattooed.
Just like we'll never know what was in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. It's left to your imagination.
What's in the box? Oh, well, they would make fun of that briefcase thing in Rick and Morty. It's like, what I can only assume is a human soul in that briefcase.
Yeah.
Who knows? Love that. He's like, just want, it's different for everybody. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Well, we knew what was in that box. It was a head. But
I don't see all those movies, man. I haven't seen Pulp Fiction.
You've never seen Pulp Fiction?
No.
Of all the movies you're always yelling at people to see,
I've seen clips from it.
You've never seen Pulp Fiction.
Like, I've seen the clips.
You gotta watch that
English,
movie
motherfucker. Do you speak
You would
it?
love that movie.
I probably would. Is it on Netflix? Maybe I could give it a watch.
I don't know. It's gotta be somewhere.
It's on Netflix. Maybe we'll talk about Pulp Fiction next time. I haven't seen Clockwork Orange all the way through either. Only bits and pieces. That one's kind of eh.
Yeah. Clockwork Orange isn't. I mean, it's another cult classic.
I know. People talk about that one all the time. I've seen most of Fear and Loathing. Not all of it.
Yeah. Again, that one's.
You see, they're talking about re-releasing the Kill Bill movies, but as one movie, as it was intended to be.
Interesting.
The reason why it's part 1 and part 2 was because it was supposed to be like one movie, but it was too long. Mm-hmm. That's why they came out back to back, because it had already been filmed. And he was sitting there trying to like edit it down, and I don't know who at Miramax, probably Weinstein, because it was Miramax, told him like, why would you edit it? Just cut it in half. He's like, really? He's like, yeah, we greenlit it right away. No problem. Do it.
Interesting.
Well, because he was like thinking like he was gonna have to cut down all these sequences, and then they're like, he's like,
No, just make it 2
no,
movies.
just make it 2 movies.
Done.
Which is very uncommon back then, but it worked well with that movie.
Yep. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Excellent cinema. I was watching the Interview with the Vampire series on Netflix, and in
The remake.
Yeah, the remake, the series, not the old movie.
Yeah, the old creepy
I haven't seen the
Lolita
old-
movie.
I haven't seen the old movie in a long time, and
Wasn't that
in the series, in the second season, he mentioned Akasha, and I'm like, why do I know that fucking name? So I looked it up. Akasha is like the ancient vampire, but she was the main character or the enemy bad guy, whatever, in Queen of the Damned, that horror movie. And so I was like, wait, what? So yeah, that's when I discovered that the Queen of the Damned movie was taken from one of the Anne Rice books and is a sequel to the fucking Interview with the Vampire shit. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, there you go. And so the third season of Interview with the Vampire, the show, is going to be basically Queen of the Damned. So Lestat becomes a rock star. That's going to be the third season.
interesting?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I have no clue about any of that stuff.
I think you never saw Queen of the Damned either.
No, man. Not a big horror movie guy.
Yeah.
Even campy horror movies, I'm not like big on it.
I love campy horror movies.
I know you.
I prefer campy horror movies over to like horror movies that are supposed to be scary. Because I don't like being jump scared. I startle easy, and so that just annoys me. And the movies that actually try to be like, "Ooh, I'm scary," kind of like they don't.
I don't mind gory horror movies.
Yeah, I don't.
They're just kind of like
gore. Yeah.
they're kind of like it's a little over the top sometimes. Like Hostel was a little bit too much, but supernatural ones, no way, man. Can't do it. Can't do supernatural horror. Freak me out. Believe in that shit way too much.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't watch them because they don't freak me out. Like, I just don't give a fuck. They bore me. So I'm like, all right, this is...
No, I don't like that. Fucking.
They don't spook me at all. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
The really horrific one was the American. It was an American Haunting in Connecticut. I think is what it was called. It's a fucking long ass name.
A Haunting in Connecticut. Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of that movie, they showed the pictures from the actual fucking house. And like the ghost like figures like in the like different pictures, and like you could see, I'm like nope. That don't need that. No, like and fucking like I've been to places that have like felt haunted. I would say the most haunted place that I've been to, like, and we've come from a full 180 from the government shutdown, but kind of tied in because I think it's a national park, not a state park. Dude, walking the grounds at Gettysburg, that is probably the most haunted fucking place I've ever been to. Like, you walk that place and the hair just sticks up on the back of your neck. Like, you're just like, what the fuck is going? Like, walking that battleground like sends chills down your spine. Like, it's not like they have like anything there, so it's just something about that place, and that is the number one place where if people take shit from Gettysburg, they mail it back within the year. Like, there's stories about it. Like, people are like, here, I took this, I shouldn't have taken it, have it back. Dude, there's just so many people that died there in like those 3 days that like it's just like you could feel it. It's like in the fucking ground. You could look that one up too, like fucking people, how many people return shit to Gettysburg. Yeah, because they're like, it's so easy to find stuff too, because like you could dig down like a couple inches and there's just musket balls like everywhere. So people like will do that. They'll take that shit and then, like I said, within a year they mail it back. They're like, I'm so sorry, I took this. You told me not to. Here, have it back.
Yeah, that shit's hard for me because like I'm a skeptic at heart, and like logically looking back on things, you know, I tend to not believe or to buy into that kind of shit. But I've been to places where like I would have sworn it was haunted and I was gonna fucking die. Like, so I can't say that like that feeling doesn't exist.
Yeah, or like the fucking videos like recording of like people having shit. I'm like, dude, fucking leave. You ever see the TikTok series? It's on TikTok, might be a YouTube short. Guy like fucking where he's like staying in a haunted house because the rent is cheap.
Yeah.
And he just learns to deal with the things that happen.
He's like, sometimes the cabinet's opened up and throws pots at you. You just catch them.
Yeah. His trash can turns into a mimic for a while, and he can't throw trash out.
And he's like, don't go to the basement. It tries to lure you in. You got to resist the urge.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, just follow me to the basement. That's not me. What?
It's the doppelganger.
Yeah. I told you. Don't go down there.
Yeah, see, you're learning. Yeah, seriously. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Right.
Is he still making them?
I think so. It's just having come across my feed a little bit. Like he floats up in the air and like he's like, quick, mark it on the ceiling. Where was it?
How did I get that?
He's instead of sleeping, he's just floating over the bed. He's like, yeah, you get used to it. It's really good for your back.
Yeah, those are funny. I haven't seen one in a while. I hope now that the phone's listening, it pops up again.
Probably. Oh, it would be good for my back right now, dude. Some weightless sleep. Fuck. I need to go get a tiny Asian lady to really massage my back and make this shit feel better.
You say you want me to walk in your back?
It's a tiny Asian lady. You're not a tiny Asian lady.
I'm a large white man.
Yeah, it's probably how my back fucked up in the first place. I told you, it feels like somebody stepped on it.
Wasn't me.
I don't want somebody to step on it. I want somebody to massage it. Those are different. I haven't gotten a massage in a very long time, but I might pay for one if this still feels like this tomorrow. Be like, hey, you guys got a free appointment some night this week? My back is killing me. Getting old sucks. I hate it. Just like hate Vegas, dude. Vegas is so expensive right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, Denver's pretty expensive too.
Yeah, but was it $8 for a cup of coffee?
I don't drink coffee. I wouldn't know.
Dude, they were charging $7 for like the little a bottle of soda. $7, bro. The airport was cheaper. I was like, how's the airport cheaper than this hotel right now?
Yeah, I didn't really know. I stayed at I went from airport to the training back to hotel. I didn't really buy much. I DoorDashed my meals, so hard to say. The first meal I got a $19 pizza, and I was like, this will be a decent sized pizza. It was like Chicago deep dish style. It was fucking this big, dude. I was like, holy shit.
Yep, that was like how Vegas was like. It was just like tiny. Like,
and I didn't even DoorDash it either. I got it from their website too. I was like, yeah, because I know like DoorDash like marks shit up, so I bought it from their website. Turns out it went through DoorDash. I got afterwards like, yeah, I specifically found a place that let me order from their website, so I didn't have to deal with like the DoorDash upcharges, and it went through DoorDash anyway. But yeah, it was a fucking $19 pizza that was like 6-inch by 6-inch. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, later we found a decent sized like bagel sandwich place, but the place inside the hotel, the bagel was this big, $16. It was like a bagel bite, $16. And that's not with the coffee. So then you had to get the coffee on top. So that's another $8. So you're talking $25 just for breakfast, dude.
Ridiculous.
And I'm like, and they're like, tourism's down in Vegas. I don't know why. I'm like, are you guys crazy? And that was the other thing, like that, like besides like the Vegas locals and like the rich like party girls that like sometimes go through there, I would say the average age of people in Vegas right now is tending to 55 and above. So the people that are going there right now are retirees with money to burn, which is not a good sign for your tourism industry. Like they're like, how can we get more young people here? How do you get young people there at all? Like besides the people that live there, like.
Oh, well.
There was like a few like bachelorette parties and whatnot that we saw, but for the most part, again, I would say the average age there tended to be 55 and above. And they're not comping you, they're not doing anything for anybody. Like the one night we sat at that one table, and granted it was like a cheaper table. We sat at that table for like 3-4 hours. Not once did anybody like come over and approach us, be like, "Hey, did you guys want to do this or do that or do this?" Because that night when we did that too, we were all up on that table. So the casino gave 0 fucks about trying to keep us there and keep that money. And I was like, well, that's kind of crazy.
Oh, well.
Again, and I was gambling the birthday money, which was fun. It allowed me to have a fun time at the tables for like a while.
Good.
And like I could have stopped at a point that I was up, but like I was like, this is the stuff. I'm having fun with the guys at the table, so I'll go play. But it was getting kind of rough towards the end there. I was like, this is kind of bullshit. I found out the seat that I don't like at the blackjack table is the number 1 seat that gets the first set of cards. That's the roughest seat to be in. The anchor seat at the other end of the table is also pretty rough. I like to be in the middle, but so the first seat you're just blind to what's coming out, and you have to set the mood for the rest of the table. So you got to look at what everybody else has got to be like, okay, if I pull a card here, yeah, I could do well, I could do bad, but then I fuck everything up downstream. And then the anchor is like, sometimes you got to be like, well, I know I should pull a card here, but if I pull the card, I'm pulling the dealer's bust card, and then everybody else is going to lose. So it's like, you got to sit on it sometimes, you know?
I don't worry about that shit.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
play my hand.
I know. You just asked that. Well, for the most part, when we were lucky, we were playing with a couple of. But that's the other thing. Like they would have like full tables, and they wouldn't like because I guess tourism's down and they don't have the staffing. They wouldn't open more tables, which is like crazy to me. I was like, you've got full tables right now. Open another fucking blackjack table. They're like, we won't do it. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll keep my money.
Yeah, yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah, like the fucking like even if you had a full group. So like I saw the one time like a group came by and I was like, good luck with that one. They had enough people to fill a blackjack table. They're like, can you open another table for us? Away. And they were like, no. Like, okay then.
Guess we'll keep our money.
Yeah, so I don't know. Vegas is going though. Like I said, the way that AC is going, where they just have the problem of gambling is down. So because gambling is down, they think that solution is to raise the rates of everything else, which then makes less people go, which then makes less people gamble. And even if they do go, they have less money to gamble, which then just spirals the problem further. And they're like, I don't understand. Why aren't people playing our $25 tables when it's $20 for a bag of chips? That right there. They have to decide, do I want to eat tonight or do I want to play the table tonight? And like finding anything below like a $25 table was like impossible too. Like unless you went to old Vegas and then you could find like the cheap tables. But even then the cheapest table there was like a $10 table. So you're like, of course, nobody's going to gamble. They can't get cheap food or cheap tables. Like you got to give them one or the other. Give me cheap food and I'll play more on the table. Or give me cheap tables and I'll spend more on food. Like you got
afford to buy the food.
Yeah, you got to balance it. Like you can't have both go through the roof. They're finding out that supply and demand curve real quick.
Well, they'll figure it out, or they'll start shutting places down.
They're going to start shutting places down for sure. There's a lot of places that are barely staying afloat right now, in Vegas. And again, it's like, well, you did it to yourself. Run a discount. Because they're not even running like package specials right now. Like you know how like they would do like weekend rates of like Vegas used to do things like here, fly out for the weekend. It'll cost this plus this for the like they used to do flight and room packages for Vegas where you could buy it all in one. It would pay for your flight and the room, like for the weekend. Like they would because they want to encourage people to travel out there. And now they're not doing none of that. And it's like, okay, well, why would I go out there? Like one of the guys I work with wanted to go see a show at the Sphere. Like I think the Grateful Dead is supposed to be playing there, and he wanted to go see it, but just for like a single plane and to fly him and his girlfriend out for a single plane ticket. I think he said it was going to be like almost 600 round trip. So he's like, so you're talking 1,200 just to fly out there. He's like, and then the cheapest room that they could find was 300 a night. He's like, dude, it's not worth it. He's like, and I don't even gamble, so like to go out there to see a concert and basically spend like $3,000 makes no sense.
Yep.
Especially when you can go down to Atlantic City and see concerts there all the time, or like our local concerts here. Like there's no draw factor to Vegas right now, and the gambling that Gen Z is doing is on the stock market.
And crypto.
Yeah, like one of the younger guys is like, oh, I don't really gamble, but then he's like sitting there playing on his like stockbroker app every day. It's like, oh, I'm up a little bit on this, a little
Like,
bit
bro,
on
that's
that.
gambling.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you like to gamble, you just like to gamble in the stock market. That's fine.
Yeah.
I respect it. The up down's still there. But but
I told you before, I got my one coworker who's always talking about stocks, and he's, why don't you play? I'm like, I don't gamble. He's like, it's not gambling. I'm like, how much money have you lost recently? Like, it's fucking gambling.
yeah,
It might be educated gambling, but it's gambling.
If you put yourself in ETFs that you're just like saving for a long-term investment rainy day fund, it's a smart move. So like don't like what I do with like the crypto stuff is like gambling, but I also have like ETFs that I invest in, and the ETFs will get you a stable, like if you're lucky, between like 5 and 10% return. So you just leave them sit, or you could go the other end where you get a stock that's not really going to grow but has high dividends. So you keep investing in it and it keeps paying you out. You take that money that pays out and just reinvest it. Is like keep it like a rainy day fund.
Okay.
It's not bad because unlike your 401k and your other retirement plans, there's no penalty if you take that. Obviously you get the capital gains, but you don't get penalized for taking it out early. You know what I mean? So like that money you can use the way you want to. Don't go crazy, but like even like $100 a month is enough to like see it start like stacking returns. Like but crypto is doing banger right now, dude. Bitcoin's up over 125k again.
Woo.
And again, I'm not a financial advisor, people. I'm just giving my buddy financial advice, kind of. So, like, a good one are, like, ETFs based off of, like, the S&P 500 or ones based off of, like, the Dow and everything like that. And, like, so, like, you can even get, like, ones that are, like, based off of, like crypto. So this new like crypto ETF, the iShares, like Bitcoin one, for example, I'm just clicking on it to see. So for year to date, it's up 29%. So like if you put your money in, you'd be up 29% for the year, and for their like 1 year, it's up 97, and then the max they're up 154%. But if you trade on like the month, week, day, whatever, like a lot of those people do, you're right. It's 100% gambling. Like if you're just going to set money in there and say, I'm going to leave it here in this thing for the next 10 to 15 years, like it's an investment, but even then, like you got to look into it a little bit. But again, if you go ETFs, for the most part, they're pretty solid because they're based off of like markets. So you just say like, hey, I want to invest in this like tech ETF, and you're basically banking that the tech market will continue to go. Again, we're not financial advisors, people. Don't take financial advice from us. Talk to a real like financial advisor. As always, we're two people on the internet talking like idiots. And if we have anything invested when I do these things, I will disclose it. I don't have anything invested in that ETF that I just mentioned, but I do have 0.05 of a Bitcoin. so to the moon, people. Hey, I'm proud of that 0.05 Bitcoin, man.
Good.
I
I saw a meme the other day. It was a bag of plastic coins and it said 70 Bitcoins.
Dude, you know how many old people have fallen for that scam on eBay where people sell Bitcoins for the current Bitcoin price on eBay? It's just a coin that has no value.
Yep. Sad.
Yeah, just another fucking elderly scam, which is fucking terrible. I hate people like that, dude. It's crazy to me that shit like works so well. Like, at what age do you just become a fucking idiot? When does that tipping point happen where you don't recognize a scam anymore?
Probably a big portion of it is just the medium that the scam is placed on.
I guess. We think because our generation grew up with technology pretty like at a pretty even pace to our growth. Do you think we'll ever hit a period where we just don't understand the technology at all?
It's possible. I think it's less likely with our generation because we're growing with the, exponential change, but
I think
it's possible.
The benefit to us is we grew up before smartphones, so we understand computers. Because Gen Z and Gen Alpha actually struggle with computers, which is crazy to me. You know that like most of them don't build their own PCs, and they just they can't navigate it because they're used to cell phones and tablets. Because I think even their a lot of their schoolwork is like Chromebooks that are more tablet than they are like an actual like PC, which is crazy to me. I'm like, how can the generation that has more technology than ever be computer illiterate?
Because they want to be able to touch it.
Yeah, well, that's the two people that tend to get scammed by the phishing emails at work now. It's the younger generation and the older generation. The millennials and to a certain extent, Gen X don't really get tricked by those things. Older Gen X does, but like millennials and like older Gen Z tend to be okay. It's the younger Gen Z and then the boomers that seem to get tricked by the phishing emails, which is crazy.
Huh. They're usually pretty fucking obvious.
Well, they get tricked for opposite reasons. The boomers get tricked out of greed because it's usually like, hey, here's an invoice. It won't open properly. Just log into your Windows account so that you can like get this to open. It's like, are you stupid? And then the other end of that is the younger generation gets an email from an email that looks legit almost, but they don't question it. They're like, oh, you need to reset your password now. Okay, I guess I got to reset my password. It's like, wait a second. Like, what's the extension on that email? Like, come on.
Sad.
It is what it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's why the government's shut down. Phishing emails.
Congress opened up the email from that Nigerian prince.
Yeah, and now they're held hostage. Dude, being tech support for Congress has got to be like the worst job in the fucking world because like the average age of Congress, I think is like 64, 65. You got to know that they got to be opening the dumbest shit all the time. And you got to be like, dude, how many fucking times have I told you don't open those emails?
Have you heard Obama when he was talking about when they gave him the cell phone?
No.
There's a clip of him somewhere. I'm going to butcher it, but he's like, yeah. And they gave me a brand new iPhone, but it's like got to be secure. So like I can't open email on it, and it doesn't have internet. But like everything out of it was gutted. There was no camera, microphone. It was basically a brick. I don't know why they gave it to me.
Yeah, it's like, what is this good for? Making phone calls. Cool, thanks. Couldn't you give me a Nokia for that? Like, yeah, because what is it though? The one CIA agent says now that you don't even need the battery in the phone for them to be able to spy on you with it. And I was like, that's cool. Wireless fucking power transmission, huh? Mm-hmm. Is that what we're working with now? Over long distances? I know technically we already have it because people use inductive charging all the time, but Tesla Wi-Fi power, it's coming soon, baby.
Yep.
He dreamed about it. We're going to get it.
Coming. Be able to power your whole house with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I can't wait for those signals bouncing through my skull. Still love that. People are like, the 5G is going to make you crazy. And I'm like, no, but like also we never really stopped to question like what bouncing signals through our brain all the time does. So for those of you that don't know, your skull is a signal amplifier, fun fact. And if you don't believe me, go and unlock your car, go as far away as you can where it won't unlock anymore, and then put your car keys to your head, it'll unlock. Yeah, so while I don't think it's harmful, there's definitely got to be an effect to these signals bouncing through our like skulls all the time. What the effect is, who knows? Nobody studied it. And why would they? Because it's everywhere. It'd be impossible to like stop it. Because even like a Faraday cage doesn't block out signals 100%. Like that's a misnomer. People are like, oh yeah, a Faraday cage blocks all signals.
Blocks a lot of signal.
Yeah, it doesn't block all signals. Like to be able to block all signals would be impossible because, well, I guess it would be possible. We just to put you in there with an oxygen tank. Because like to truly block it, we would have to put you in an actual like spherical shielding that like no gaps, no holes. where then like air wouldn't be able to get in either, so you'd need an oxygen tank to breathe in there. And then we'd have to like monitor your vitals somehow, which like, okay, we put the equipment there, but then the equipment gives off radiation and signal. So how do we know?
Yeah.
And even if we do brain scans of people, it's like, okay, we do a brain scan, but then we put you in the thing and then we take you out of the thing. How quickly after you get taken out does it affect your brain before the brain scan? No one would know. It's just like Teflon. It's in everyone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microplastics.
Microplastics too. Teflon. It's fine. It's the next stage of human evolution. We'll figure it out.
Mm.
There's fungus that eats plastic. We'll figure out what to do with the microplastics in our brains.
Just all start eating mushrooms.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. Like, if fungus develops a way around it, we'll develop a way around it. Like, so, like, people are like, but it gets through the blood-brain barrier. I'm like, yeah, right now. But maybe we up that filter and it blocks it.
And then you just poop it out.
I don't know. What did it say? You get like a credit card's worth of plastic in your body every 10 years, something like that.
Is that right?
Yeah, there was a study thing that was trying to link for a little bit microplastics to not autism, Alzheimer's, saying that like that because it crosses the blood-brain barrier, that the more buildup of the microplastics you have in your blood, the more it disrupts those neural pathways, which seem to like it be a stronger indicator of you're gonna have Alzheimer's or like cognitive decline when you're older. But who knows?
And
fuck it. Someone's got to kill all of us.
Exactly.
More than likely, if you're a millennial, you're going to die of colon cancer anyway. Seems to be the trend and the fate, like, amongst our generation. Dude, I was to fucking talk to one guy I know about that. And fucking, he's like, the scariest part was going to the chemo treatment like center, and that like all the chemo places he went to, he said they were like standing room only. Like fucking people were like standing, waiting in the lobbies. He's like, that's how many people are like going in for like treatment right now. I was like, that's not a good sign.
That's scary.
And some of it is to a degree the off-put in treatment from like COVID. There was a lot of people that delayed treatment and diagnosis back then, but we're 5 years out now. Like you would figure that would like catch up, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a snowball effect. Who knows? But yeah, I was gonna random tangent some other stuff today, but we've been talking for a pretty good clip right now.
We'll save it for another time.
Is there anything else on your mind today?
Nah, we'll wrap it up and
we'll see
talk about it next time.
We'll see if next week is week 3 of government shutdown.
Oof.
We'll be talking about the government shutdown sequel. Although not for a full episode. I'm only going to talk about it one time.
Spaceballs, the sequel.
Yeah, just because I love the government shutdown shit, because everybody's like, I can't believe the government shut down. I'm like, again? Like, it happens like all the time. And they're like, this is the first long government shutdown like this in a while. I was like, maybe till it gets to the point where like it's been like for a couple of days, but like for sure we've had it before where it's been like a day or two, or like it's been looming. I feel it's like fucking 2 times a year we get like, oh, the government's gonna be shut down. And people are like, oh no, and half of us are like, please just shut it down permanently. We don't need it. Fuck you. Because you know what? That 40% that's not working right now, do you feel the difference?
Nah, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. So right there is 40% of the budget we could probably fucking save and then dump it into the private sector instead.
Who knows? We might feel a difference in a couple more weeks.
From the critical people, for sure.
Even from the non-critical people, I don't know.
When TSA gets feisty and starts giving those cavity searches more often to make you feel the pain. Be like, the government's shoving it up my rear end, now you get the same treatment.
Like I said, they're still pretty pleasant when I went through over the weekend, so.
Yeah, well, I don't know when their pay cycle is. That's the thing. If it doesn't get unshut by the time that paycheck rolls around, because I don't know how often the TSA gets paid, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, you don't know. If it's on a monthly basis, they're probably not too worried, because then it's like, okay, well, this will probably open up by the end of the month, then I'll get back paid plus, and it'll be great. If it doesn't, then they might be like, okay, well, fuck you people.
We shall see.
I'm not worried about it either way. It's like a zero sum that affects us. Because most federal like government stuff you don't interface with on a day-to-day basis, besides like flying. And when you're driving through the state and whatnot, that's all state and local, like running the highways. So I don't know. See what happens. My back still hurts.
Well, we'll let you go lay down then. Thanks for listening, folks.
And as always, don't forget, my back might hurt, but we're still gonna bring it up. Don't forget to sub, follow, like, sub again. Tell your friends to sub. And if they want to know where to find us, they can find us on YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, and hopefully some more shorts on TikTok soon.
Yeah, get to it. Shut the fuck up.
I'm going to keep bringing it up till we get more Salute Your Shorts.
Later, folks.
See ya.